Hi guys, today we are going to find out what if Rome never fell. You stand in the Forum Romanum in 476 CE, but instead of witnessing barbarian kings dividing the Western Empire, you see Emperor Julius Nepos implementing radical reforms that will save Rome from collapse. The marble columns still gleam white in the Mediterranean sun, as you watch senators debate not the empire's funeral arrangements, but its transformation into something unprecedented. You probably won't survive the political upheaval that's about to reshape the known world. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop a comment below with your location and local time. I'm curious where in the world you're watching from. Now sit back and let's dive into today's alternate journey together. You witness Nepos abolishing the costly Praetorian Guard and redirecting those funds toward paying Germanic Federati proper Roman wages instead of unreliable land grants. The emperor's scribes work frantically as you observe them drafting the Constitutio Renovatio, a document that grants full citizenship to all free inhabitants of the empire while establishing elected provincial assemblies. This isn't just reform, it's revolution disguised as tradition. You fast forward through centuries as Rome's survival strategy crystallizes around adaptive governance rather than rigid tradition. The empire fragments into manageable administrative zones while maintaining cultural and legal unity under the Codex Perpetuus. By 800 CE, you witness Pope Leo III crowning not Charlemagne, but Emperor Constantine VI as Imperator Renovatus, symbolically linking the surviving Western Empire with renewed Christian authority while the Eastern Empire watches nervously from Constantinople. You observe the genius of Roman flexibility as local Germanic kings become Roman dukes, their warrior traditions absorbed into a reformed military structure that resembles medieval feudalism but retains Roman administrative efficiency and legal principles. The Black Death arrives in 1347, and you watch Roman physicians trained in preserved Greek medical texts and Islamic innovations coordinate the first systematic quarantine protocols across the empire's trade networks, limiting mortality to 30% instead of the historical 60%. As the medieval period wanes, you see Roman universities in Ravenna, Milan, and Lyon becoming centers of scholastic learning, where Aristotelian philosophy merges with Roman law to create new frameworks for governance that will influence political thought for centuries. You arrive in 1453 as Constantinople finally falls to Ottoman cannons, but instead of ending Byzantine dreams, you witness thousands of Greek scholars fleeing not just to Italian city-states, but directly to Roman territories where Emperor Marcus Aurelius IX welcomes them with imperial grants and library positions. The Roman Academy of Sciences emerges in Florence. Yes, Florence, now a Roman protectorate, where you observe Leonardo da Vinci collaborating with Roman engineers on aqueduct improvements that will revolutionize urban sanitation across the empire's growing cities. You watch as Roman printing presses, established earlier than Gutenberg's, mass-produce not just religious texts, but updated versions of Roman law, spreading legal uniformity while local languages flourish under imperial protection rather than suppression. The artistic explosion you witness rivals anything in Italian city-states. Roman patricians commission frescoes depicting both classical mythology and Christian themes, while architects blend Gothic innovations with restored Roman techniques to create the distinctive Romano-Renaissance style. By 1500, you stand in the restored Pantheon, now serving as both temple and astronomical observatory, where Roman mathematicians use Islamic numerals and Greek geometry to calculate more accurate calendars, contributing to the intellectual ferment that's reshaping European thought. You sail with Roman Admiral Gaius Vespucci in 1494, just 2 years after Columbus, as Roman galleys equipped with Greek fire weapons established Nova Roma on the coast of modern-day Virginia, creating the first permanent European settlement in North America. The clash between Roman Catholicism and Spanish Catholicism becomes apparent as you witness theological disputes in the New World. Roman colonists practice a more Greek-influenced Christianity that permits married priests and emphasizes scholarship over conquest. You observe Roman colonial policy differing dramatically from Spanish approaches. Instead of encomienda systems, Romans establish civitas agreements with Native American tribes, offering citizenship and legal protection in exchange for tribute and military alliance. By 1600, you stand in the bustling port of Novus Portus, modern Baltimore, where Roman merchants trade furs and tobacco, while Roman engineers construct aqueducts and amphitheaters, creating cities that blend classical architecture with New World materials like timber and local stone. The economic competition intensifies as you watch Roman silver mines in the Appalachians challenge Spanish dominance from Peru, while Roman agricultural colonies produce grain and livestock that feed both the homeland and growing colonial populations across 3 continents. You witness the Roman Industrial Revolution beginning in 1760 as Emperor Trajan VIII establishes the Imperial Institute of Technology in Milan, where Roman engineers study captured British textile machinery and improve upon it with traditional Roman precision engineering. The transformation accelerates as you observe Roman factories along the Tiber utilizing water wheels perfected over centuries of aqueduct maintenance, while Roman metallurgists, inheriting techniques from Damascus steel traditions, produce superior iron and early steel for railway construction. You ride the first Roman locomotive in 1825, the Aquila Express, connecting Rome to Naples through mountain tunnels that showcase Roman engineering superiority. These railways move troops and goods faster than any European competitor can manage. The social upheaval strikes you as Roman patrician families adapt to industrial wealth while maintaining ancient titles. You see Cornelius steelworks and Flavian textile mills, where traditional Roman organizational skills create factory systems that rival Manchester's productivity. By 1850, you stand in the smoky industrial district of Mediolanum, Milan, watching Roman steam engines power looms that produce silk and wool for export to Britain, while Roman chemical works develop synthetic dyes that challenge German dominance in emerging global markets. You witness the Roman Spring of 1848 as citizens across the empire demand constitutional limits on imperial power. But unlike other European revolutions, Roman protesters carry banners invoking ancient republican traditions rather than foreign democratic ideals. Emperor Constantine XIV surprises you by embracing reform rather than resisting it. You watch him convene the first imperial senate in over a millennium, where elected representatives from all provinces debate alongside appointed patricians in restored Curia Julia. The transition unfolds gradually as you observe the constitutional monarchy of 1851 establishing the Principate Democraticus, where the emperor retains executive power but requires senatorial approval for taxation, military deployment, and major legislation. By 1871, you stand in the newly constructed parliamentary palace in Rome as universal male suffrage extends voting rights to all Roman citizens, including colonial populations, creating the world's largest electorate and forcing political parties to organize across 3 continents. The transformation completes itself when you witness the peaceful abdication of Emperor Marcus Aurelius XII in 1876, who voluntarily becomes the first president of the Roman Federal Republic, maintaining ceremonial functions while elected consuls handle daily governance. You stand in the Roman Senate as President Aurelius Maximus declares war on Germany in August 1914, mobilizing the legions for the first time as a democratic republic, while Roman Alpine troops coordinate with French forces along established mountain defense lines. The Great War reveals Roman military evolution as you observe mechanized legions using Roman-manufactured tanks alongside traditional engineering corps, who construct fortified positions that prove impregnable against German assault tactics in the Italian theater. You witness the crucial Battle of the Brenner Pass in 1917, where Roman forces prevent German-Austrian breakthrough into the Po Valley, while Roman naval squadrons based in Sardinia help maintain Allied control of the Mediterranean shipping lanes. The interwar period brings you to 1936, where you watch President Gaius Modernus navigate between fascist movements and communist agitation by promoting Roman socialism, a blend of ancient civic duty with modern social welfare that maintains democratic institutions. As World War II erupts, you observe Roman intelligence networks, descended from ancient cursus publicus communication systems, providing crucial information to Allied commanders while Roman resistance cells organize anti-Nazi operations across occupied territories throughout Europe. You find yourself in the tense atmosphere of 1947 as the Roman Federation emerges as the third global superpower, with President Julius Modernus establishing the Mediterranean Defense League to counter both Soviet expansion and American economic dominance. The Berlin Crisis of 1948 takes an unexpected turn as you watch Roman peacekeepers, wearing distinctive red-plumed helmets, establish a neutral corridor through the divided city while negotiating separate agreements with both superpowers. You witness the formation of the Triple Entente in 1955, where Rome, Britain, and France create a European counterbalance to American-Soviet rivalry, with Roman nuclear weapons, developed using North African uranium, serving as the third pillar of global deterrence. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 becomes a three-way standoff as you observe Roman submarines in the Mediterranean positioned to strike Soviet targets, while Roman diplomats in Havana offer Castro an alternative to Soviet protection through Roman-Cuban trade agreements. By 1975, you stand in the Roman Space Command Center as the first Roman astronaut. Marcus Lunaris plants the Red Eagle standard on the moon alongside American and Soviet flags, symbolizing Rome's entry into the final frontier of superpower competition. You step into 2025 Rome, where the Roman Federation spans from Portugal to Turkey, encompassing 400 million citizens who elect their Senate president every 6 years while maintaining cultural autonomy from Lusitania to Anatolia under the federal constitution. The technological marvels surrounding you include Roman quantum computers housed beneath the Pantheon, where ancient Roman engineering principles inspire modern cooling systems that outperform Silicon Valley's best efforts in processing speed and energy efficiency. You observe Roman social media platforms like Forum Digitalis, competing with American tech giants by emphasizing privacy protection rooted in Roman legal traditions, while Roman streaming services produce content in 12 languages across 3 continents. The economic powerhouse impresses you as Roman renewable energy corporations, utilizing North African solar farms and Alpine hydroelectric systems, export clean technology globally, while Roman banks in Milano rival Wall Street in cryptocurrency and sustainable investment innovations. You witness Rome's soft power projection as Roman universities attract international students seeking degrees in neoclassical management and digital governance, while Roman cultural exports, from fashion to cuisine to philosophy, influence global trends in ways that would make ancient emperors proud. You gaze toward 2050 as Roman space elevators, constructed using materials science-derived from ancient Roman concrete formulas, transport cargo to Luna Base Romulus, where Roman colonists established the first permanent civilian settlement beyond Earth. The terraforming projects on Mars captivate you as Roman atmospheric engineers apply hydraulic principles perfected in ancient aqueducts to create the first breathable zones around Nova Pompeii, while Roman legal scholars draft the Martian colonial constitution. You witness the cultural renaissance of 2075, where Roman artists blend holographic technology with classical themes, creating immersive experiences that let visitors walk through reconstructed ancient Rome while exploring philosophical questions about civilization's cyclical nature. The diplomatic triumph unfolds as you observe the Roman Federation mediating the first interplanetary peace treaty in 2100, drawing upon 2 millennia of legal precedent to establish governance frameworks for humanity's expansion across the solar system. By 2150, you stand in the Grand Assembly of Sol, where representatives from Earth, Luna, Mars, and the asteroid colonies gather under Roman procedural rules that have evolved continuously since Augustus, proving that some institutions truly can achieve immortality through adaptation. As you drift back through the millennia of this alternate timeline, the profound weight of continuity settles upon your consciousness like ancient marble warming in Mediterranean sunlight. You've witnessed an empire that refused to die, transforming itself through countless iterations while preserving the essential spark that made Rome eternal in the first place. The genius lay not in rigid preservation of tradition, but in Rome's willingness to adapt its core principles to each historical moment, whether facing barbarian migrations, industrial revolution, or interplanetary expansion. This Rome succeeded because it learned to bend without breaking, to evolve without losing its fundamental identity, proving that institutions can achieve true immortality through conscious adaptation rather than stubborn resistance to change. Perhaps the most striking realization is how human civilization might have developed with 3 great traditions: Eastern philosophy, Western democracy, and Roman law, continuing to influence our species' growth across the cosmos. So here's my question for you. If you could preserve one aspect of your own culture for the next 2,000 years, what would you choose, and how would you help it adapt to survive the test of time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.